I was not born on an ordinary day. I was born on the Independence Day of Pakistan, like to become a doctor or become a teacher or an engineer. Empower those women who needs it. You discover yourself, and that is the time when no one can mold you easily.
What sparked your business idea initially? First time when this thought came in your mind?
Hard work with dedication, and your faith is strong, things become easier to achieve.
Assalamualaikum, it's me Misbah. Welcome to my channel Misbah Listens and welcome to my day series The Journey Behind the Words. In this season you will hear the conversations that will share the valuable experiences and life lesson skills. I'll be talking to people who have stories, experiences and ideas that will help us to grow. Through these talks, I hope to add value in your life. I hope to spark your curiosity. As you listen, I invite you to keep an open mind. Even if you don't agree with anything, I hope you will listen with the goal to understand. My promise is to do my best, asking the right questions to the right people. This podcast is a journey for all of us. There's always a room to grow, and I'll keep learning and improving as the shows continue. Today is a very special day, not just for me, but for this entire platform, because this is the first ever episode of our podcast, and I feel truly blessed and grateful that it begins with a woman like her. She's a self-made businesswoman. She comes from a background where no one had done business before, and still she dreamed big and made her own path. She didn't just build a business, she built herself with strength, confidence, and a heart full of belief. She's the kind of woman whose stories are still untold, but every step she has taken speaks of courage, grace, and growth. And today she is here with us, giving her precious time to inspire, uplift, and share her journey. It's an honor that for this very first episode, she chose to sit with us, to tell us what it really means to fight for your dreams, to rise again and again, and to create a legacy not just in business but in life. Ma'am Habiba Shahid. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum assalam, Nisa.
कैसी हैं आप?
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing good.
Thank you for being here, giving your precious time. It means world to us.
Thank you.
Let's begin with the journey.
So the journey starts from my birth. I was not born on an ordinary day. I was born on the Independence Day of Pakistan. And keeping that thing in mind, I always think very special. You know, in my childhood, I used to think that everybody has done the decoration for my birthday.
Wow.
And I was never wrong, because Pakistan and me, we are like both hardworking nation, hardworking people. And okay, so then, I was the eldest of my siblings. And my father was working in British Petroleum, Shell. And he always used to take me with him to his tours. Being a Pathan, it was not an easy task for him to do that, because there are very different taboos about different areas. So I was among those selected kids who was pampered by her father, and that was the first figure who gave me the confidence of who I am today. Then his priority was to give us good education. And we were raised in a very well-groomed manner. But after when I got married, I married to a Urdu-speaking family, which was totally the opposite where I was raised and groomed.
It was a big transition.
It was, it was. And then I adapted all their ways of, you know, cooking and khana pakana and everything. So I again started from the very scratch, you know. And mashallah, did my job well with my in-laws and with my, other relatives after marriage. I was then a mother. After a few years, I was a mother. I had to play that role as well. Now, after my two kids, we were posted abroad. And over there, I went with them to their daycare center as a volunteer.
So your husband was from army background.
Oh, yes, yes. He was from an army background, and we were not supposed to do any business then because of many issues. So we were allowed to do only few typical areas where we could, do jobs. So after that, I always had this thing in mind, when will I have a setup like this? And I was very inspired by their, giving that much importance and that much development was given to a very tender age, which was not heard here in Pakistan. Yeah. So after that, because we were not allowed to do any businesses, so I was asked by a friend of mine who was the principal at a school to join their school. So this is how I started, and actually this profession selected me rather than I selected the profession. And because it was very suitable for my lifestyle to go with the kids and then come back with them. So my marriage life was not affected by that routine. After 17 years with the same type of routine that wherever my husband used to be posted, I was going to my kids' school as a teacher. And that was a very wonderful journey. I started as a volunteer, then I was a teacher, and then coordinator, and then a principal. So it was a long journey.
And now I was honor.
Yeah, and I was close. I mean, I was coming closer to my goal of setting my own, business. That was, my passion, which I was holding from early 80s,
What sparked your business idea initially? First time when this thought came in your mind?
Action.
Women were expected to continue the traditional fields, which were like to become a doctor or become a teacher or an engineer. But my idea was totally to empower those women who needs it, those women who wanted their kids to be at a safe place, and those single moms who were struggling with their jobs and a child at home. They were also facing big challenges. So that was the time that I wanted to intervene into this field to, just to share those those experience which I myself was blessed when I was visiting United States of America, where I volunteer myself at a daycare center so that my kids could be at ease with the foreign language. So I was carrying that idea all my life and was trying to, and whenever I used to see the working mothers or those women who had quit their jobs because of their
Yes.
kids, I always wanted to help them. And I'm a trendsetter. I always do things which are very challenging, which are done not by someone else. I make my own path. I don't follow paths. So this was again an opportunity for me to introduce something which I experienced a long time back to these ladies who were in need of it. And in the early 80s, it was not a need because there was a family support, there was, there were, help easily available. But in year 2002, when I first put this dream of mine on a piece of paper.
So let me ask this question.
Ji.
When you executed this idea of running your own business,
It was after my husband's retirement, because that was the time that we were allowed to do it, So before that, I had to either I always wanted, because he was a career officer, I never wanted him to, and I never wanted his profession to get affected by my
dream.
dreams, of course.
So you sacrificed your dream for his profession.
Yes, I did. Yes. And I'm proud of that because he was the one who gave me that courage after my dad. Why not? Families are made like this. You have to listen to someone, and then someone is going to be helpful to you as well.
It's all about give and
give and take. Yes, yes. Yeah.
At what age you got married?
Oh, at that time it was very common to get married around 18, 19. So I was 19 when I got married. Yeah.
So the journey and the struggles begins with that time, right?
Of course, yes.
At
Yeah.
very quite young age.
Yeah, but that is the age that you get easily molded wherever you go. Once you reach mid or late 20s, then you discover yourself, and that is the time when no one can mold you easily. So that's why there are a lot of problems that occurs if you have other dreams to follow, other goals to follow. Yeah.
Do you have any regret of getting married at like quite early age?
Okay, I would say no, because I had very satisfied life. I am happy with the life I have lived, because this was planned for me, and anything that is planned for you, you should honor it the way it is.
Definitely.
Yeah. So no changes. Yeah, it was planned this way, and I tried my level best to come up to everybody's expectations.
And you did it very well.
Thank you. I wanted to study more. I still want to. If I get a chance anywhere, I go for those short courses and I'm still, actually, student life is a very good life. You know, even if at my age I become a student, my thinking would be the same of a youngster.
Exactly.
So the student life is very nice, and it's a typical life. You know, you are worried for your studies and your,
Exams.
exams, and then your what you call it, deadlines, stuff like that. I love to be a student, and I'm still learning. I'm learning from small kids. This is also something that I'm learning today. So, I would continue studies. You will get that news soon.
Okay, nice. What were your first steps towards building your own business?
Okay, so
What you did at your end?
yeah, so it was to have a good name for it, because name is the reflection of what you are planning or what you are going to do.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so name carries, I would say, a lot of value in your business, and then comes the budget. And the location. After name is the location. Where would you like to run your business? And then, of course, the finances. And after finances, you should have something as a reserve also. Because there'll be a lot of expenses on a regular basis, for which you should have your reserves. And that's it. So I was prepared for all that.
Okay.
I had not a very big budget for it, but a big aim that I was introducing.
And still you took the challenge, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
What were those societal challenges that you have faced, like back then in 2000, when you were initially starting your business?
Yeah, there were a lot of resistance and doubts that a woman is starting something new, you know, and because a woman was starting it, so it was like a big thing for everybody to witness,
Digested, actually.
to maybe criticize. But you know what? What I learned was that once you are on, I mean, the spotlight is on you, there are people, or there are some figures who helps you to come near your goals and achieve your goals. So I am thankful to all those who have helped me to reach to reach to my goals, and those who criticized me at that time and said, "Ye nahi kar sakti," and that one sentence was my turning point. कि मैं कर सकती हूँ,
और मैं करके दिखाऊंगी.
मैं करके दिखाऊंगी, right? So I'm thankful to those who said that and gave me that strength to achieve my goals.
They gave you strength actually to come on the front line, right?
Yes, yes. And my family members were of the opinion that I should go for job instead of doing my business. So it started from the home, that everybody played a negative role. But once they saw that passion in me, because there was nobody doing business at my immediate family circle. So once they saw that spark, that passion that I had for this business, later on everybody became so supportive, and they helped me out with lot of those challenges which I could not have done it alone. So first they were against it, and once they saw that I am
About to
approaching
achieve your goals.
yeah, I'm approaching towards the people who know the value of this, then everybody became part of my success story.
And they started like acknowledging you, no?
Yes.
They start acknowledging you.
Yes. True.
When you look back at your journey, like you just think about the things that you have achieved right now, once it was your dream. Throughout the journey, who was your mentor?
My mentor was Lady Diana. She was so graceful, so talented, and she used to love kids. That is something common between her and me, that we were happy with kids in our surrounding. She loved everybody. She gained the popularity by giving her services to everyone around her. In the end, she was looking after the kids with a very contagious disease, AIDS, you know. So she was not, she was very bold, I would say. Very bold, very noble, and I would say very caring. So these are all the qualities that were needed for my business. The type of business and the type of person I wanted to become was her.
Nice. So she was your inspiration.
My inspiration, yes. And she fought against a lot of things all by herself. So it is difficult to fight for your rights. Sometimes you might not be that lucky to get the goals, you know.
When we talk about success, there comes a time when we face failure as well. Like failure is a part of our journey. So how you dealt with your failure? Who was there in your life to give you motivation at that moment?
My kids were my source of strength and motivation. Each day when I used to look at them, they used to give me the hope for the future, and things used to get easy to handle. Also, I used to ask them, because these are the generation that has exposure to all the facilities around. So I used to ask them, if you are in this position, what will you do? And all four of them used to give me different advices. And then at the end, I used to compile myself, all the broken pieces into one figure, and used to face that challenge. So my source of motivation was my children,
Always.
always, till today.
So you are self-made woman, right?
Self-made, yes.
According to you, who is self-made woman? How will you define self-made woman?
Well, self-made women can not do anything alone. There are a lot of people who helps her behind the screen, you know. So if somebody takes the credit, all as by a self-made person, I would say that there are all those small broken pieces which everybody plays a role to fix you back to become that self-made woman in the end. So all those pieces has their own value, and those people have their own place in your success.
The people who were motivating you and those who were discouraging you, they played a very important role
Yes,
in building you the way you are right now.
true. True.
What mindset kept you going in your tough times of your journey?
Well, I did not come this far just to come this far. It was the windows that were in my way. I shut them all so that I easily reach towards my goals, towards my the targets that I have placed for reaching my goals. So it was not just the hard work. It was my faith that helped me to become what I am. And it was the dedication that and the passion that I had. So I would say, if you don't have passion, don't opt for business.
Okay.
Yeah, because there'll be a lot of hurdles in your way. But if you want to give up, then business is not your cup of tea.
So for running a business, like, you should be persistent. You should
You
be
should
passionate
be-
about it.
You should be passionate. You
Because
should
every
be
new day you are going to have a new challenge.
every day.
Every day you will face new
will,
challenges.
yes, you will face a new challenge. Yeah, it can be anything, you know. So you have to be very precise, very sustainable, and also always try to have faith in your hard work that you put in, because I believe once you are doing everything with hard work, with dedication, and your faith is strong, things become easier to achieve.
You'll get the things in your favor, right?
Yes.
How will you define success?
Well, success to me is once I go to sleep without a pill at night, and the other morning I am eager to start the day, is the success that would give me that strength to do it on daily basis.
At this
It's
stage.
not at this stage. It's not about money. It's not about earning good profit. It's about earning people's heart. And once you are doing hard work, instead of hard work, you put your soul, you put your energy into your work. And once you do that, every day looks like a successful day.
We can see that thing in your work as well, every day. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Compassionate, resilient, and I would say purposeful.
Nice. How a person can stay resilient in tough times?
Because, if you see, there are up and downs in every business. There are new businesses popping up around you most of the time. If you don't take it as a positive competition, you will never learn. You will never excel in your own business, So they should not be taken as threats. They should be taken as, your self-appraisal. Look what is wrong with your business and what good they are doing, which you can also adapt. So I think in life, once we are ready to learn on daily basis, you become resilient.
And we take every challenge positively, right?
Yes, and positively.
What was the biggest life lesson that you got from your journey?
I would say it was the time when Corona hit the world. We were also among those who suffered a lot, like other businesses. Before it became a big problem, I cut off all my extra expenses and tried to get to the minimum of what was supposed to run the business. So that time taught me that once you are not consistent, you cannot survive the business. And it was also that we learned that it was the time for us to switch into other strategies which could replace the old ones, which were affecting the business. So time that I never gave up. Also, I was consistent to sustain. I was sustaining the business rather than keeping my goals higher at that time. So we were the affectees like any other business of COVID. It took us almost 2 years to come back to our normal type of services that we were providing.
And it was a time when other businesses, they were just closing up in your surroundings.
Yes, a lot of businesses, they wind up, they closed up because they could not sustain the pressure of
Corona.
the moment. Yeah.
So what was that business? We will have that detailed podcast in our next part. Moving to the last part of this podcast, we are going to have a rapid fire, right? First one for you is most impactful book.
The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Conway.
Best financial advice received.
Grow slow if you must. Never go for quick profit.
What's satisfying for you?
Seeing happiness on children's face.
Advice for young businesswomen.
Don't wait for approvals. Go ahead with what you have.
Lastly, thank you so much for being here.
It was my pleasure.
To everyone watching or listening, do follow us on social media and subscribe our channel. Post your takeaways on Instagram, tag us in your stories. Let's spread inspiration together.